Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Shweta, you are.
Yes. So, good morning, all. Welcome. So, this is the first course which we will be doing under NSM and with in collaboration with NVIDIA to proliferate this GPU research and all. With us, we have three presenters: Shri Ashish Koelkar, Dr. Manish Modani, CDAC team, Om Zadhav. So, a very good morning to all ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to be a part of this accelerated computing with CUDA. This venture is jointly organized by NVIDIA and CDAC. In the short history of its existence, CDAC has tried to draw attention to several important domains through its acumen in the field of information technology. In doing so, it has played a role in promoting best practices in major milestone projects using advanced technologies such as big data, HPC, and AI. On the other hand, the NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute offers resources for diverse learning needs, from learning materials to self-paced and live training to educator programs, giving individuals, teams, organizations, educators, and students what they need to advance their knowledge in AI, accelerated computing, accelerated data science, graphics, and simulations, and more. In order to make user aware about CUDA environment so that they can make optimum use of it, CDAC with NVIDIA under NSM organized this NSM DLI. It's a unique opportunity to jumpstart the journey towards parallelization and acceleration on GPUs using any preferred tools and technologies under NVIDIA experts. In these coming days, you can experiment and learn to optimize or scale applications on the latest architectures. Participants will be closely monitored and guided by expert instructors from the respective domains. A heartily welcome to all of you. Amongst the three instructors, today we have with us Mr. Ashish Koelkar. He is a senior director HPC Technologies at the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Sir,
Yeah,
slides are not changing.
not changing. Just a minute.
No.
I think, yeah, I know what the reason is. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I think I had paused it. I think that was the reason. Let me just. Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
okay.
So I'll come again. Mr. Ashish Koelkar is Senior Director HPC Technologies at the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune. He obtained his master's degree in electrical engineering from VJ Technologies Institutes, Bombay University. He is with CDAC since 1997 and has been part of team involved in development of hardware subsystems for various generations of Param supercomputing systems. He also teaches subjects related to computer architecture, embedded systems, and computer networking in various postgraduate diploma courses conducted by Advanced Computing Training Schools at CDAC. Currently, as a convener of NSM Expert Group on HR development, he is involved in coordinating the activities of the expert group and implementing its mandate by working with various stakeholders from educational institutes and the industry. May I now request Sir to address the participants?
Thank you,
Sir.
Shweta. Yeah, thank you. So, as Shweta has indicated, these efforts are being done under the National Supercomputing Mission. I will give you a brief idea about what this mission is about, and I would like to say that you should take advantage of this course that is being conducted because it's unique in nature, and as through the this orientation program, you will get to know its uniqueness, and I would request you to take advantage of this unique training program that is being made available to you. So this mission started in 2016 with CDAC and IISc being the implementing agencies, and the funding agencies are the Ministry of Electronics and IT and DST. So this mission is trying to address the supercomputing needs in the country, by means of developing both the capacity and the capability related to HPC and AI in the country. So there are four verticals that are being implemented. The first thing is setting up of supercomputing system of different sizes and scale. And all of you are from institute where the supercomputing facilities have been set up under NSM, and that's the reason we are offering this course to you. Because one of the things that, as I mentioned, the aim is to spread the HPC temper in the country by getting users to use it. And as you know, today parallel computing is the thing. Even the mobile phone that you're carrying is having multiple cores. So there was a time when one would write a serial program that would run on a CPU, and in rare cases there may be symmetric multiprocessing kind of architecture, and then one would write a program to suit it. But today the situation is that every small, except maybe embedded system, most of the computing platforms, they have multiple processor, and we have to harness those capabilities that the processors offer. We have to write codes that run in parallel. So there are various frameworks, and that would be told to you, and CUDA being one of them. So that's one of the reasons why not everybody, and each and everybody of us who are into this field, should get to know how parallel computing is done. And that is the reason why National Supercomputing Mission is trying to set up these facilities and make each and every student aware of how this can be put to use. So when we set up this supercomputing system, we need applications that are going to run on them. So there is a vertical which is developing five supercomputing applications of national importance, which and some of these are being done at various institutes in the country, including CDAC. The third vertical is HPC manpower development. That's what Shweta said. I am the convener for that expert group. So our aim is to make sure that the users of the supercomputing systems, they get to learn about how to use them, and various training programs are being conducted. And this, in this case, we have tied up with the Deep Learning Institute, and I'm thankful to NVIDIA that they went out of this their way. They took this bold step of making it free, because otherwise, if as an individual anybody wants to uh, avail of these courses, they are paid. And that's why we said that because uh, we are working together, and that's the mandate of NSM, that whatever hardware is installed, it should be usable. I mean, the user should get trained to use them, and they have been kind enough to take the approval at the highest level to make sure that it's available free of cost. But please remember that when something comes at free of cost, it's generally felt that okay, it's free, so I will use it or not use it depending upon my convenience. So please don't do that. It's my earnest request to you, because and we are holding all this workshop on Saturday for a simple reason that you would be available through the day on a Saturday. We didn't want to disturb your academic schedule. And please don't think that because it's a Saturday, I will relax, and since it is free and there are so many topics that are covered, I will choose one when I'm free. Don't do that. Please make sure that you make your earnest effort to attend each one of it, and make sure that this knowledge that is being shared is received by all of you who have registered for this course. And finally, there is a fourth vertical, which is R&D, which is getting ourselves ready for the next mission. So these are the broad contours of National Supercomputing Mission, and we should all feel lucky that government is going to spend almost 4,500 crores for setting up these facilities, and doing all that is needed for making sure that supercomputing reaches masses. So here are some brief snapshot of the systems that have been installed so far. So these systems are being used by more than 2,000 users currently, and not just at the institutes where they have been set up, like the first one, that two of them which are mentioned here, like IIT BHU, that was the first one. So almost 3 years ago, this was set up in February of 2019 by Honorable Prime Minister, who inaugurated it. And since then, about 8 more facilities have come up. And these 85 institutes are those users which are connected to these institutes in and around these facilities like IIT, BHU, IISER, Pune, and all. So then we can also see here one at IIT Kharagpur, then there is one at JNCSR, IIT Kanpur, IIT Hyderabad, NABI Mohali, CDAC Bangalore, and the latest one that has come up is at ISC Bangalore. So the point we are trying to make is all these facilities have got users, and there are some which are coming up like IIT Hyderabad, and we have also including students from IIT Delhi and IIT Guwahati, where CDAC has established facilities, and they are going to get these NSM facilities in time to come. So apart from this, CDAC is also involved in, like you would have seen that Make in India logo on the first slide. So I'll just tell incidents of two examples of what CDAC is doing. So all the upcoming facilities are going to have the which will be on cluster architecture. As you know, they would be having nodes that are designed by CDAC. Like here, you can see the motherboard, the two-socket motherboard. The CPU would be put here, the memories would be put here, and it will go into a box like this. So this is called as a brick, and this will have certain uh, compute power like something around few tens of teraflops, and you put hundreds of such nodes together to get your supercomputer. So this is going to be the key deliverable, one of the key deliverables based on the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission that the country is now undergoing. So not only the node, but also we are developing indigenous network called Paramnet, whose version is called as Trinetra. So this will help in connecting all of this together. So without going much into much details about the mission itself, now I will hand it over back to Shweta, who will introduce the next speaker, who is actually going to tell us how we are going to use the system, how the course is scheduled, and after you do the every course, or rather every training program, how you can apply that onto the system that you have at your respective institute. Over to you, Shweta.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for briefing us about the course and the things which will be happening. Now we have with us Mr. Om Zadhav. Mr. Om Zadhav is Senior Technical Officer, HPC Technology at the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune. He obtained his master's degree in Telecom Technologies and Management from IIT Delhi. He is with CDAC since 2017, and his expertise include HPC applications porting, optimization, and benchmarking on various platforms. Also, he is an active member of NSM support and is involved in various training and development activities at CDAC Pune. Now, Mr. Om Zada will take you through in actual about the HPC Shiksha portal details and how to do the registrations and other details of the training. Over to you, Om.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Am I audible, ma'am? Hello.
You are, yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning to all. I hope everyone is fit and fine and doing well in this current situation. And I welcome all of you to this unique and special program for the NSM users. So, sir, can you make me a presenter? Okay. Okay, sir. So in this session, we will briefly go through these points. So first of all, I will show you. I hope you may have seen visited the HP6 portal earlier. So in this session, I will tell you from this moment what exactly you need to do to attend and access all these DLI courses onwards now. I will show you the demo perspective things. and then we'll provide a general instructions to be followed throughout this particular course. Then we'll have some introduction to DLI from experts from NVIDIA, who is going to tell you from about these particular courses. Then we'll see how to access the NSM systems and set up the respective environment for respective DLI course. And we'll also briefly introduce you about the slum and how to submit the job. So next slide, sir. Okay. So, sir, please make me a presenter for this particular demo.
So, okay, I will make you, but then you will remain the presenter. And just give me a minute.
Okay, sir. No problem.
No,
I
no,
will
I have
keep
made
on.
you the presenter. I have made you the presenter. Share
Okay.
your screen.
Sir, another that panel from the PC I have joined.
Oh, okay, okay. Your voice is coming from. Anyway, it will be better if I change it then. Okay, I'm changing it. Go ahead.
So actually, sir, I wanted to show the demo on my
Okay,
PC.
okay. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Have you got the control?
Yes, sir. So can
Okay.
you see my screen, sir?
Yes, yes. I can see your screen. Yeah. The earlier, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I hope all of you may have visited this particular portal earlier, right? And you may be aware of the general instructions, or just a brief information about the course, then purpose, schedule, and instructions. So from this moment, I will take you further. So what the next plan of action you needed to do? Okay, right. So I hope you may have received, if you are a valid user, then you may have received uh, email from HPC Siksha portal, okay, mentioning that okay, you need to register for this particular course, like okay, and after successful registration, please make sure that you have activated your account. Okay, once you activated the account, then you should be able to log in the portal. Okay, so like for example, so you may have registered for the account by preparing by providing respective contents, and then email may have received to you, okay, regarding the registration successful. So once you have successfully registered for the course, then you should be able to log in this particular course, okay, from this particular dashboard. Like for example, just provide you whatever the credentials you have provided for the at the time of registration. Then this is the portal, or this is the dashboard where you will be looking all throughout the course, right? So here will be listed out the some of the courses which you are currently registered. Okay, so here you are registered for the NVIDIA NSM HR training. This is the present course. Okay, and here you will be getting all the information about the upcoming courses. Okay, DLI courses. Like for example, every week you will be getting such kind of section where week 1, week 2, week 3, and every week you will be getting the here join session link. Okay, for example, this link will be will take you to the registration for that respective DLI course. Okay, so remember that this particular from this particular section you will be directed to the DLI course registration of respective DLI. Okay, then for that DLI session you will be seeing this particular environment setup for the respective NSM site. As yeah, you may be aware that there are different NSM sites, and you will be utilizing one of them for your practice and assignment purpose, right? And every NSM site has to have a different environment. Okay, and we will be posting all the required environment for the respective DLI's assignment or exercises for this particular environment setup page. Okay, so for example, for IIT BHU, the respective environment required for the assignments or a practice, you just needed to load respective modules and start doing whatever the assignments has been given. So remember that till now, traditionally we are using the module setup or module utility to set up the environment on HPC clusters. But now onwards, we have also implemented the widely used another utility which is called as a SPAC on all NSM sites. So you can use either module utility or SPAC utility to load the respective environment into your account. So both of the things, environment setup things we have made available, and for every DLI, you will be getting such information about the environment necessary to be loaded for that respective assignment with respect to all NSM sites or all the sites where from where you will be logging to and where you will be log and proceed for the assignments and respective things, right? So I hope you get this. So every week you needed to just log in, okay, to this particular portal, keep on logging just and check on the respective week's registration link, and remember that the registration link for this particular course will only be provided through this particular portal only. So the registration link will be for, let's say for example, for next week, Saturday's registration link will be available 5 days before uh, the session will start. For example, if the next DLI is on next Saturday, okay, then you will be uh, getting the available the registration link maybe on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, and from this registration link, you need to register uh, to the respective DLI course. Okay, and further the all the details and communication with respect to that DLI will be communicated through your mail, right? And environment setup for respective NSM sites will be provided here. Then there is another section called a schedule. Okay, here you will get the detailed schedule of each and every DLI for that respective week. Okay, so you can just go through the respective DLI's content and carry forward. One another important thing which I wanted to emphasize over here is that remember that many of the instructors may join from the abroad, so you needed to be very sharp with respect to time. So every DLI will be start sharp at 9:30 a.m. and you should reach over there, join the session on time. Okay, so you will get all the information about the targeted DLIs and their respective contents from this schedule, right? And always keep on visiting this particular section in the HPC Shiksha portal, the update section. So here you will be getting all the recent updates, and if any instructions, special instructions or special things with respect to that DLI module will be updated over here. Okay, and as here at this moment, so you can see that there is respective updates for today's session. Okay, and remember that, okay, all the communication with respect to questionnaires and all those things will be communicated over the Slack channel. So the Slack channels, I hope you may have received the Slack channel link over email, as well as you can directly log into this particular portal and click on this particular link. You will be directed to the Slack channel where specifically designed for this particular DLI course, where all the instructors and the community for this particular course will be available. And if you have any doubt, you can query over there. Okay, so for the query resolution or general information discussion, Slack channel is made available, and we encourage you to just join that Slack channel to be in touch or in contact always. Okay, along with that, we have also provided, as though we will set up the provide the respective environment with respect to each DLI in the environment section of that particular week, but some of the users may want more information about their respective cluster and its specification. So for that purpose, we have also made available our manuals of respective sites. Okay. So for example, Param Shivai, Param Yukti, and respective sites, NSM sites manuals are there. So you can uh, follow these manuals and get much more information. Okay. And these are the few of the things, important things you needed to follow. Okay. So just to brief and to emphasize, remember two things, that all the communications and all the registration links for next all DLI courses will be provided to you from this section only, okay, from this portal only. And you needed to register for the DLI course prior to the day of registration, okay, or maybe the time and day of session, okay. And further the communication will be provided. And one another important aspect I wanted to emphasize over there, whatever the registration you will be doing on the DLI, the email ID, email ID and all the details should be exactly matchable to whatever you have provided for this HP Shiksha portal registration. Okay, that has to be very strict, and you needed to be in keep in mind. Okay, so I hope you
Om,
get this, and now I will just provide a few of the things.
Om,
Yes, ma'am.
please go to the portal. There are many questions which regarding the portal. Those
Okay.
questions will be
Okay.
answered at the end of the sessions. But just to be sure, a few things which everyone is asking. As you are seeing here, as you are present here in the webinar, that means you got all the details to be linked in with us. The webinar is the session where you will be taking all the things. Second thing, the Slack channel link. If you see here in portal, at the end of the updates, you can see a link to join. That's a Slack channel link. Many of you have already joined to the Slack channel here. Om, downwards. Yes. So this is a Slack channel link. Click on there, join the Slack channel. That's the Slack channel. No alternative mail will be coming to you, or no alternative mail ID will be sent to you to join the Slack channel. Once you are here in HPC portal, everything what is needed will be there in the HPC portal itself. The Slack channel is this, as explained by Om. Currently, no registration link is shared for the course yet, because the course is on the next Saturday. 5 days before, as said, we'll be sharing the registration link for the course here itself on HPC portal. This is your one-stop solution where you have to join and check on what are the updates and what any new link is being shared or not. Currently, we are at week 0. We have not started any DLI courses. So that's a week 0. We have given you the session link to join this session here itself. In the same manner, we'll be providing you the link to join the course here itself just before 5 days. Maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll be putting the link to join this session, register to join the course here, as in saying week 1. So when you're here, you're learning or you're listening to this talk, that means you have done all the possible things to be known or to be done from your side. Just wait, log into your HPC Shiksha portal, maybe on Mondays or Tuesdays. You will get a link to register the course there itself. And Manish will elaborate more in how the course will be and all those things, right? So keep asking your questions. At the end of the sessions, we'll answer all your questions. Many questions are coming. So this was the common question asked by many of them. Please, Om,
Shweta and
continue.
Shweta, and they are saying about IIT Hyderabad and IIT Guwahati. The manuals, what are we going to do about it? IIT Guwahati manual you are going to put?
IIT Guwahati, sir, it's not under NSM. So that
No,
was
that's
a
fine.
supercomputing facility. We don't have manual of IIT Guwahati, but yes, I can communicate with the admin person over there, and we can provide you with that thing. Yes, I'll do that. And
Huh?
IIT Hyderabad, it was just recently given to, means it was just
Commission.
recently given into commission and given in a production. So that IIT Hyderabad manual is yet to be prepared, but whatever is needed by the IIT Hyderabad students to set up their environment, we'll put them in the environment setup. So that is what to be known. And other things, as in soon the IIT Hyderabad manual gets finalized from our side, we'll update that
Yeah,
also.
yeah. My suggestion is that both, I mean, you speak to admin at IIT Guwahati, and
Yes,
whatever is the process, I think you should host it here. Maybe we should keep a target of at least Thursday, because they
sure,
would
sir.
need it after Saturday. Saturday they will undergo the first course, and then they would need it. So by Thursday we should try to put both these manuals, whatever form they are. I mean, they may be rudimentary in nature, but they should be good
Sure, sir.
enough for them to follow it. That's all. Okay. IIT Kanpur manual have we put?
Yes. Uh,
Hmm? I mean, all just
Sir,
see that.
whatever manuals
Hmm,
are missing, I'll check with each respective admin. Yes,
yeah.
yes,
And
I'll
just
check.
put each
These
one. Yeah.
manuals were with me.
Hmm.
Yes, sure, sir. I'll do that. I'll
Just
check
by
with
Thursday, let's
respective
put it
coordinator
on. Okay.
and put.
Yeah. So
Sure, sir.
so all
I'll do that.
participant be assured. Even I think IISc manual may not be there because that system was commissioned only on Saturday. I mean, 2 days ago. So
Yesterday. Yes,
whatever is, yeah,
yes.
we will make an effort to put all these manuals by Thursday. Okay.
Yes.
Sure, sir. We'll try. And be patient, participants. We'll answer every query of yours. Just keep on asking the questions what you have, because this is the introduction session where your queries are getting resolved. Because from next Saturday, you will directly go on to the DLI courses. So sorry, Om, for taking your time. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for resolving the respective queries. Okay, so I hope you got just a brief about what exactly you needed to do further. So now there are few of the general guidelines you need to follow for this particular course. Okay, so remember that as this is a unique opportunity which is being made available to especially to students and research scholars of the NSM users, uh, just make sure that and take the full advantage of this particular course as sir has mentioned already. So don't take it in a easy way and take as much advantage as possible uh, to excel and to make yourself expert in the area, right? And another thing, whatever the email ID you have used for the registration of the HP Shiksha portal, you should use the same institute ID or the email ID for the registration of the DLI courses on the DLI registration, right? So there should not be any mismatch. Okay, just make sure that, and multiple users accessing the same account may get blocked automatically. Remember, actually, only valid registered users are allowed to attend the sessions. All the things are being strictly monitored. Okay, and as has been mentioned already, all the courses has to be completed in a given time frame. And as mentioned, please join the courses, DLI courses on time, because many of the instructions may be delivering the sessions from abroad, and we needed to match their timings with respect to our timing. So please join the sessions on time and complete it in a given time frame only. Okay, so after you complete the DLI registration, you are getting certification. So it is mandatory that you should complete the respective course in a strict time frame. Okay, that was one important thing. And uh, all courses are conducted under strict guidance from the experts from NVIDIA, right? And another important thing, like at this moment, 9 DLI courses are there in line. Okay, so those participants who will obtain 6 or more course certificates, okay, those participants are eligible for getting the additional certificates, certificate of excellence from CDAC under the NSM. Okay, so take this unique opportunity and unique certification from the CDAC by attending the all courses and certifications and for your value. Okay, and again to emphasize, all the communication for this particular course with respect to questionnaires or any doubts will be done through the Slack channel, and please join the Slack channel. Okay, and as I had mentioned earlier, for each DLIs, you will get the next DLI registration link, okay, from the HPC Shiksha portal. And so just be in touch, and please keep on checking the respective updates from the HPC Shiksha portal. Okay. So if you have any doubt till the moment, you can just put your question in the question panel, and we'll try to answer the questions. Now I will hand over to ma'am. Ma'am, please, next session.
Yes, thank you, Om. Thanks for that introduction and getting it through the HPC Shiksha portal. So, one common question coming is ki people are seeing the screen blur. If it is so, please log out and log in again because we are seeing it very fine. That is one thing. Second thing is many people are trying to use the same link from mobile as well as laptop. So only one from one thing you can just log in. If you have logged in from mobile, you may not be able to get it through laptop. So make sure that you log in from only one device. That is one. Second thing, now we have with us Mr. Manish, Dr. Manish Modani. Sorry, Manish. So Manish has 16 plus years of industry experience in high performance computing domain. He has ported, benchmarked, and optimized HPC applications related to weather, computational fluid dynamics, insurance, molecular chemistry, genomics, etc. He has hands-on experience to work on various HPC architectures, including Cray XAE, IBM Power, x86, and BlueGene, CDAC Param 10,000, Param Padma, and Paramsiddhi AI systems. Manish's work is patented and published in various peer-reviewed journals. Prior to joining NVIDIA, Manish was the technical lead for India SA at IBM during his PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Delhi, India. Manish has developed an air pollution models for the dispersion of air pollutants in low wind conditions. So may I request Manish to share his experience with us?
Yeah, Manish, go ahead. You are mute.
Manish,
Your voice
muted.
is not coming.
Manish, you're
Okay.
mute.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
now
morning,
it's good.
everyone. Yeah. Thanks, Shweta, and thanks, Ashish, sir. Uh, and good morning, all friends. Thanks for joining. This is first week of, or rather, week 0, where we are starting these NSM DLI courses. These are certificate courses. Once you finish your everyday DLI in hand, there will be online assessment. Once you finish the assessment, one will get the certificate, right? It's a fully automated in that way. So everyone will get certificate once they clear the DLI. And these, we designed the course with the CDEC in such a way that you get the flavor of all the basic what we are using in our day-to-day life. I would give you an example like we use HPC knowingly, unknowingly in our day-to-day life. High performance computing, without that, now life is not possible. And same with AI. For example, even if we give any search on Google, that is the result what we get very quick. That is one kind of HPC, right? High performance computing, application of high performance computing. The same way, what we received, even these vaccination of COVID, generally the vaccination takes 10 years average time to come out for any disease, but it came out in a year. The HPC, high performance computing, or I would say accelerated HPC, played a key role to have that vaccination. That's where we are seeing the impact of that in our day-to-day life. Same with artificial intelligence converging with AI, HPC. AI converging with HPC, we can see all our preference on Google or any web page we go, there we see that whatever we like, that is visible there. Our interests are visible there. So they are customized to individual interests, and that is possible through AI plus HPC, right? So these are part of our day-to-day life. In any domain you are pursuing your career, any domain you are interested in, these are the key knowledge or key skills to have to accelerate your what you say research and career, right? The NSM, as Ashish has said, is providing the high performance computing system or accelerated high performance computing system to all the institute. You all are registered, your respective institute has those system where you can utilize those system to expedite your research or to understand what is happening with new technology and all. Keeping those things in mind, these courses are designed, and I will discuss those, what are the courses, and then how to register for that. But we designed these courses and kept these all certificates on each Saturday. Each course will have their own hands-on experience, and our certified instructor, well known in industry, they will come and discuss those stuff, right? So it's a great opportunity to utilize this, learn this, and then understand it, and then later on apply in your interest or your career. All these we are planning here is a basic. Every course we will walk through the schedule here again, but every course is a basic. It gives the knowledge of each domain, so everyone is encouraged to go through every course, because later on nowadays no research is isolated with one domain. Like if one is working only with HPC, then they should know AI also, because it is converging with HPC plus AI. If one is working only with one domain of subject, but then they should know the computational side as well, to visualize the result, to validate the result, and so on, so on. So try to get all the basic, all these courses, attend those, get an idea, get certified. It will certainly help in your day-to-day work, your career path, and so on, right? So with that, let's start. So, so these are the Deep Learning Institute is a part of NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is the graphics company. A little bit about NVIDIA. NVIDIA started in 1993. From 2005, so initially they were known as a graphics company. In your all laptop, you might be see the green sticker, and that is from NVIDIA, right? Your all graphics card in your laptops, mostly they are from NVIDIA, right? In 2005-6 time frame around, they realized these graphics card can be used for computation as well, number crunching as well, and that's where these cards are being used as a co-processor with the our high performance computing system, or we can say these are supercomputer. With that, these can be used as a co-processor. These are designed to work on a specific task parallelism or parallel task much faster, because they have many cores. In graphics card we get many cores. Cores is the same terminology what Ashish sir mentioned in beginning. Our mobile has dual core, quad core, and so on. So the CPU what you have right now get around 64 cores, 128 cores, depending on generation. But on GPU there are thousands of cores, multiple of 1,000, 6,000, 8,000, and so on. So GPUs are made in a way that they work more on tasks which are parallelized, highly parallelized. They give the quick results, and that's where we are able to have quick turnaround for all the applications, right? And their applications are now in every domain. You name it, in every domain their applications are there. Even Word's top 10 supercomputer, every year by 2 times in a year, there is a top 500 which release the list
Manish,
of. Yes, hi.
you were not audible since 10-15 seconds. Could you please just repeat?
Oh, is it from my side or is it okay? Okay, sorry about that.
Your voice
Might
is
be.
perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So what I was saying, the usage of these GPUs are increasing day by day. Even in if we see top 10 supercomputer in the world, out of top 10, top 8 supercomputer has GPUs, and all research are aligning towards that. So this will be an opportunity to learn about GPUs and what can be done on GPUs. In these sessions, we will talk more about the software frameworks, what is available, and how those can be exploited, right? In this slide, right side, if you see, we have shared few domains where these are being used. And most of these domains will be covered in our DLI. That includes the accelerated computing, like which I said that for even our COVID vaccination, these played a great role. These kind of simulation on the system, which made faster. So we will talk about fundamentals of accelerated computing. Then we will talk about data science, which is a key domain nowadays. We'll talk about AI and various flavors of AI, I would say, or various use cases of AI, right? And so we will talk about, we will have all the courses designed based on that. Now, the objective of these DLIs is to understand and get the hands-on experience of these developed software frameworks, how those can be used. So we will talk about the theory as well as we will share the hands-on experience also, right? You will get the theory and respective some programs, how these can be applied in our day-to-day programs and so on, right? So it will have hands-on experience, and that is commonly used in industry with the standard software tools and frameworks, right? These DLI still includes the talk about the profiling of the code. So how you can further optimize your code, how you can see what the application is doing and how it is exploiting the hardware. We will talk about those tools also in these DLIs, right? It will be instructor led. So as I said, our certified instructor from NVIDIA, which has industry experience as well, they will come and discuss about those DLIs, and they will be there full day and work with you to get you the familiar with all the courses. And in end, you all should be eligible to pass the assessment, which will give you the certificate for the respective DLI, right? And then certainly it will support the career growth. It has the market value. So if you see the NVIDIA DLI, this has mostly known in market and respected very well in the market. So this will be a unique opportunity. And as Ashish sir mentioned before, here with the in collaboration with the NSM, it is free. Otherwise, it is chargeable for anyone. So you try to exploit this opportunity as much as possible, right? Next slide, please. So now I will talk about how this course will be or how one can join. I will talk the process more now, right? So all DLI schedule is available on HPC Shiksha. So I think to summarize, for a student, first he has to register on HPC Shiksha, get the login. There one can see the schedule is there every Saturday. From next week onwards, you will see the DLIs, right? They are planned. So first thing is register on HPC Shiksha. So that is one way of communication. There we will broadcast, or CDEC, they will broadcast all the information. You will get exclusively in your login, all the schedule, what is the link to join, how to join, and all details will be there in your respective login, right? The other way of communication we opened is we ask you to join in a Slack channel. That is the way where you can raise your query as well. We will try to answer, or what's the objective of that Slack channel? Sooner each student will answer their the other's query, because there are so many students. So Slack channel is for that. You post your query, someone will answer, right? So each other will address their queries, right? Um, and then with these are two channels of communication, so we all will be connected, and we will try to address all your queries as much as possible, right? Now for each DLI, after registering on the HPC Shiksha, you will see the schedule. Every Saturday there are all 9-10 DLIs we schedule now. All are fundamentals in different domain of accelerated computing, data science, AI, ML, and so on, right? You can see that those are all the kind of base level DLIs. So each Saturday you can join morning 9:30, and then by evening you will get the certificate of that with the assessment and pass out. During that DLI, now the link to join the DLI, there will be a WebEx link that will be available on your login, as Shweta said, around 4 to 5 days before, prior to the event, right? So that link you need to click. There it's a WebEx link. You need to add your details, use your institute email ID there, and then with that registration you could able to join. With that registration you will receive an email from DLI directly, which will have your password to join the event on Saturday, and with that you can join. So it's everything automated. Once you register, you will get email on the institute email ID. It will talk about how to join and where to join and what password to be used, right? That
Manish,
has,
if I may interrupt, because these questions are coming again and again, I think the matter is very clear. First thing is that HPC Shiksha is by invitation. So those whose names have been given to us by their institute, except IISc, because IISc we just had the initiated it yesterday. So everybody other than IISc would have got an invitation to join HPC Shiksha. In case they have not got, they should check their spam folder. And using that, as it was mentioned by Om, you have to click on that link, then activate that, then log in. So once you log in, you will see the details about for the current upcoming DLI course. The link will be there. That is a WebEx link. You have to click on that WebEx link, then enter your email ID, which is your institute email ID, and register. Subsequent to that, an invite to join the actual session on Saturday will be received on that institute email, and then on Saturday you join the link at just around 9:30. Am I right?
yes, that's the
Okay.
process.
Yeah, so this is
Um,
very important. I mean, this each step is important. Follow it. It is made to make sure that each one of you have a smooth experience. Thank you. Go ahead, Manish.
yeah. So Um, yes, so every prior to the 4 5 days before on HPC Shiksha portal, you will get the link to join the DLI. That is a WebEx link. Or open that link. It will ask your details, name and the email ID. You should use your institute email ID there. And with that registration, you will receive directly connect through that WebEx that how to join the session. You will receive a password for there in your email, and with that you need to join the session, right? So these are the 3 steps. First, register on HPC Shiksha, then get the link for the event on your portal on after login, and then register there on WebEx, and then you will receive email from WebEx directly to join the DLI event, right? So these are 3 steps, and every Saturday by default we will start around 9:30, and this is duration will be around 8 to 9 hours. By 5:30 we should be done with that. That's the expected, and it all depends how individual take the certificate and how long it takes, right? So next slide please. Yeah, so as I mentioned this process, I discuss about that, so I won't repeat now. About session, so in each this deep learning institute sessions, it has theoretical session as well as practical. You will get hands-on experience. Those hands-on experience will be on Jupyter notebook, so you as a prior requirement no need to have any environment to join those DLI, right? So there will be a hands-on experience on cloud. It will be done through Jupyter notebook. These cloud instances will be provided as part of DLI, so you no need to have these cloud instance through your institute or anywhere else. And in end, there will be an assessment which you need to clear to get the certificate, right? Um, we are planning to give you some assignments which you can work on your local system. The objective of this is end of the day you need to continue your research or learnings on your respective institute system, right? So these assignment we will give the same assignment what hands-on experience you are getting on DLI during DLI. Same code you can download through your DLI sessions training. We will discuss on that during that, and after downloading you can run those examples on your system there all the details will be provided on HPC Shiksha, like what module required and what software environment required on your system and how to get that. So it should be straightforward to run the same code what we run during DLI. Same code you can run on your system, your respective institute system there, and get hands-on the experience there, right? So that is from my side. I hope I covered most of things. Otherwise, in end, we will take all your questions, right? Thanks a lot. Thanks, Om. And thanks, Shweta. Yeah.
Okay.
Om.
Thank you, sir. So now we will see
Om.
how to access. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but just a request. Before going on for the NSM system environment setup, there are many questions which
Okay.
Manish and Kolkar sir may answer, and they are very valid questions. So, sir, with your permission, if possible, can we answer them, or should we continue with the system
You can
environment
no,
setup?
you can answer them now. Will you read out the question to them, or
I'll be reading it out. Maybe you
yeah,
or Manish may answer as on
yeah,
how
yeah.
it is.
So some of
Okay,
you
sir.
can see that some of them I have already answered and they have been sent to all. And okay, let me take them. So there is one question: what should be the domain for accessing the system? So there is no restriction on the domain. It is just that you have to use the email address of your institute. Okay. Then the next question we have
Yes.
already answered about Paramishan IIT Guwahati. We have said that we will put up those missing details about how to access those systems. So there is
Yes, sir.
another
Sir,
question. Yeah,
Sir,
sorry, go
this
ahead.
is regarding not only with respect to IIT Guwahati, IIT Hyderabad, any manual which you are not seeing there, we'll try to put up there by Thursday because your courses are getting started by Saturday. So there was a common question, same with IIT Guwahati, Hyderabad, and others. And I wanted to tell ISC people, those who are attending this, it's good that in this short time you have made it to attend these lectures. Spread a word around your friends and colleagues, uh, to mention to contact Mr. Satish Wadiyar. He'll be the person. He is a contact person from your side, ISC. Please give your names to him. The final list we are expecting from him only, Mr. Satish Wadiyar. And for the others who have joined and other NSM sites, those who have made it, those who have registered, well and good. Some of your friends might have not made it to give their names to the respective admin coordinators. So let them also know that they can send them, they also have a chance till Tuesday to send us the nominations for of themselves on NSM DLI training, which the
Email
the
address.
mail ID, the mail ID will be shared by you at the end of this session in the last slide. So they also now also have a chance to make themselves aware of this, register themselves by sending us an email on NSM DLI training. So sorry,
So
sir.
Shweta, no, yeah, Shweta, just wanted to repeat that it is nsm-dli-training@cdac.in. Okay, so this I don't know how to share. It's on the slide, but we are going to share the slides. But it's better that they just note it down. NSM-DLI. That I have even some of the queries I have answered. Just go through your uh, the chat box. In that you will find this email address. Just note it down and keep it with you in Notepad or something. Because after this session ends, the browser window will close and you will not have access to that chat questions. But it then address is there in on the website, the HPC Shiksha website. However, just note it down. Okay.
Sir, one question for which is main thing which we might tell, are the DLI certificates and the certificate of excellence from CDAC or from NVIDIA?
Okay. So the DLI certification is from NVIDIA. Center of Excellence will be given by, I mean, sorry, not center. The excellence certificate will be given by CDAC.
Yes, and we have made, like, there are 9 courses of DLI. we have made a point that the participants whosoever was successfully able to get the certificates of 6 or more DLI courses, for them only the certificate of excellence from CDAC will be provided. So this is how it goes. uh, Manish, there is one question. uh, will the assessment happen right after the class, or will there be some time frame?
So ideally, one is eligible to take that then and there, and we prefer that when instructor is there, one should take the course assessment also. So it's a part of DLI package, but in extreme condition, they can do after an hour or two as well. But we encourage finish then and there. Yeah.
Right. One more question for you. The participant says, I have already completed 2 courses from NVIDIA, and usually when they were conducted in my college, do I need to attend them again? I already have the certificate for them.
That we should discuss with Ashish sir, but I believe course is same. There is no change in the content, so that is the same thing. But we need to discuss. We will come back on that because how it will fit in your that 6 certificate requirement. We need to see that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So
Ashish
we,
sir,
yeah.
Ashish sir, it's for you. Will we be running the tutorial or practice questions on the HPC systems we have at the institutes? Cannot it be
Yes.
done on local system?
No, he's saying on a laptop, is it? He wants to do it on his laptop.
Yes, he is saying that.
So that Manish
But
can answer. Yeah.
So running on local will be difficult because those will be CUDA and HPC. I'm not saying not possible, but will be difficult. What our idea is, you should get hands-on experience on your system, your institute system, which is a big system and big environment, which will help you to continue your research there. But yeah, that's where we are providing all the steps how to run on the system, on the institute system, NSM system, how to run on that. But end of the day, it's your call. Yeah.
correct. So there are a few more questions related to Slack channel link not got. So as mentioned earlier, please visit your HPC Shiksha portal. You will get everything, every link over there. The Slack channel link also, and the link to join the courses of DLI also per week. So please make sure that, and also spread a word across your friends, colleagues, that if they have missed out to join, they again still have a chance to join till Tuesday. And at the end of this presentation, we'll be sharing you the email ID from where you have to send us the email, provided by taking the approval from your administrator or your FLA. Put CC to them also. If not, if you're not aware of who is the coordinator or the contact person, kindly check with your colleagues and all. So Om, over to you now. Please
So one more
carry.
question I am seeing, Shweta. Many students are asking about they are sharing that they already registered some courses on Saturday and they may not able to join this. Will they get recording? So I'm seeing those kind of courses questions also. But
Yes.
these we scheduled, and with Ashish sir and Shweta we discuss a lot, and that's why we schedule these courses on Saturday, that most of you guys should be available, right? Otherwise for us Saturday is not a working day, we all are coming there. But we do not have recording for these sessions. We will not have those recordings, so try to be
Yeah,
joining.
in fact, the package is like this, that it is like this, that you go to an institute in the morning, get the training, and you come back with the certificate in the evening. That is the purpose like this. So just because it is online, don't get into the mode of having a recording or something like that. Please, that's what I said in the morning. That treat it like this. Like now that because of pandemic, we have got into a habit of saying that. I should get the recording and I should do it at my whenever I have time. But also remember that when recordings are available, I'm sure you are not going to attend. I mean, attend all the recordings 9 hours at a stretch. Okay, so
Right.
that is so. This is just remember that it is as good as going to an institute in the morning, learning something, and coming back with a certificate in the evening. Treat it like that. And though it is online, don't I'm sure there will be some breaks that you will get, but make
Yes,
sure
break
that
will be there.
you make sure that you attend it, because please remember two things. One is that this certificate is useful for you. That is one, but that is not the main criteria. Main criteria is you should get the knowledge which you can apply in your future life, which you can, and that's why we are making sure that you get a chance to run it on your system also, so that otherwise what happens is you listen something, you find it okay, but after a week or so the knowledge evaporates. Only when that knowledge you apply, do a hands-on, then it will set in you. And of course, if you are a research scholar, if you are a PhD, MTech student, you are an undergraduate student, you can do some project based on it, and then make sure that this knowledge percolates inside you. That is very, very important. Over to you, Manish.
Yeah, no, that the one of the question I wanted to take. Yeah. Rest is, I think we answered most
Uh,
of them. Yes.
Manish, one more question, which I find it okay, is like a person is saying ki I am into the course of DLI from a system, and let's say some failure happens and that system doesn't work, and I am again logging it on from the different system. Will that work?
Yeah, that will work as long as you use the same email ID.
Same email ID. Yes.
So one email
So
ID,
as
one login, and try to log in through laptop. That's because you
Yeah,
get
not
better
from mobile phone.
visibility,
Yeah, not from
not
a
from
mobile
mobile.
phone.
Yes.
because you need to do some demos applications,
Demos
as
and
said by
hands-on experience. Yes.
yes, as said by Manish and Ashish sir, it's true. If it had been possible for us to provide, we would have. But this course is totally live because we have instructors, those who are sitting for you, forgetting the Saturdays and all, and they are specially there for you. To I always request all of you to get the course done on Saturday. Yes, as said, you can take a short breaks, but make sure that you complete the course because it's start to end course. You will start learning, you will do some demos, you will do some assessments, you will have a quiz, and then you will get a certificate. So this is a process which cannot be recorded and sent to anybody. So these are live sessions, and you have to have complete it on Saturdays itself. Am I correct, Manish?
Yes. That
Yes.
has to be completed on Saturday, otherwise you will miss the chance. Yes.
Yes, so now we are remaining with the NSM system environment setup. Since there are many NSM sites which are there here, we'll be showing how to set up the environment on one of the system. The same setups are mentioned there in the environment setup guide, which you can follow. In the same thing you can do on your NSM sites. So over to you, Om.
Thank you, ma'am. Uh, and I hope now everyone is clear about what is the process and what need to follow and overall things. Okay, and everyone is has cleared their doubts. So now onwards, I assume that you are aware of all the process of the course and everything. Now, from this moment, I will take you to the thing that you are ready to go for the assignments and or maybe practice and you want to access respective NSM system and how you can use that particular system for submission of your jobs and do the respective things. I will take you through these things. Okay. So how to access the NSM systems, and once you access the NSM system, how you can set up the respective environment of your need on the respective site, then how to use the scheduler to run the jobs. And here I will be discussing about the slum and the respective commands. Some of the sites may have another scheduler like a PBS at IIT Delhi and maybe different at respective sites. But most of the all the NSM sites have the slum scheduler. So primarily I will be talking about the slum. For other sites, we will provide you the respective links of those respective sites environment. You can go through those things to understand the respective environment, right? So before accessing the system, just to make sure that and be very clear that as Manish sir has stated, on the Saturday everything is there for you on the NVIDIA cloud itself. Okay, so NSM sites are mostly for your practice and assignment purpose. Okay. For attending the sessions on the Saturday or doing any hands-on or anything for the respective DLI, you don't need the NSM system. That's one thing you need to be clear. Okay. So everything is being directed by the NSM expert for that respective DLI course, and for that particular purpose, you need a proper browser with respective proper internet connectivity for respective DLI. After that, for the whatever the assignments and whatever the practice you needed to do for those particular things, or maybe further explorations with respect to that topic, you need a NSM system access, right? So for accessing the NSM system, you need a valid account of on the supercomputing system. That is provided by the respective NSM system admin, the username and password. So you should have that thing with you. Okay. Then you should also have the respective supercomputing facilities IP address and the port number. Different NSM site may have different IP address and the port number. Just to check up what is there for you with your NSM site, and assuming these things are okay and with you, now you have the question that how you can access the NSM system or the supercomputer from your local system. Let's say if you are having a Windows operating system kind of environment over with you, through the SSH client there are different softwares like on the Windows system or platform. There are tools like Mobextem or Putty. By using those tools, you can access or connect to the respective environment, respective supercomputing facility, provided that you are in the valid or you are in the network of that respective system. It means that it should be accessible to you. And if you are running with Linux environment or Mac kind of things, then you can directly connect to the system via the SSH and providing the respective information. That is one, that is the required thing you needed to have. I will, for few of them, I will show the demo at the end, how to access the system and submit the job. There you may get more clear idea about it. And for data copy to and from the system, from your local system to NSM system or vice versa, you can use the tools like Mobextem or widely used tool WinSCP for the Windows, and for Linux environment kind of, you can use the command utility like SCP and provide the respective environment details, and you will be able to access the system, right? So these are few of the prerequisite ready on your system to access the NSM system and start over there. Okay. So regarding anything, if you have any doubt, please put your query in the chat box. Then at the end of session, we will try to go through all those things, right? Then once you access or once you land on the SPC section, sorry, on the respective NSM system, remember that the environment, by default, no application is set up into your environment. Okay, this is the by default strategy we follow for the high performance computing system. Okay, before that, as I had mentioned previously, and also wanted to emphasize over here, that different NSM sites may have different module names or maybe the environment specifications as per the environment setup on the respective cluster. Please cross check on your system before directly copy pasting the commands. Okay, there may be some name mismatch, and always have a habit of cross checking. How to cross check and those things will be directed over there. We will try our best to put all the required things for the respective DLI on the HPC Shiksha portal, but always try to have the habit of cross checking the things and make sure that it is working properly for your setup, right? And as I had mentioned, we will try to keep up all the things through the HPC Shiksha portal, so always visit and see the updates as well as environment section for each DLI. Then uh, in generally, traditionally, module is the utility is used on the SPC environment to enable the respective environment of respective applications, compilers, or the whatever things required. Okay, but along with that, now recently we have also added the spec utility to all NSM sites. Pack is being popularized in the community nowadays, and we are adopting all the latest technology and latest tools on NSM sites. And SPAC is one of the thing which we are trying to make all the users, and we certainly encourage all of you to use that utility as well for setting up the environment. So for your purpose, we will provide you both module utilities environment as well as the spec utility environment, and what step you needed to follow to set up the environment through the spec as well as the module. The things are same, just the ways and the its specification and those are little bit different. So we encourage you to certainly go for it and check out your environment. Okay, so once you set up your environment, okay, now you are ready to go. Okay, so just to brief about traditional environment, what are the basic commands you may be needed for setting up the environment via the module level. Okay, like for example, you wanted to see, as I had mentioned earlier, once you log into the system, no by default compilers or no by default applications libraries are set up into your environment, right? In order to see which softwares or which compilers are already there in on the SPC cluster, you can see those list of the compilers, list of the applications, list of the libraries by the module avail command. Okay, and once you see, so you can load the respective environment or respective module or respective compiler module to set up your cell or set up your account in that respective required application or maybe compiler environment setup, right? So in order to load the respective module, you can use the module load and the name of the module command. Okay, now in order to see that currently which modules are loaded into your environment, you can use the module list command. The thing is that you can see the module through the module avail, you can see the list of the softwares or applications available on your system. To load the respect any one of them, you can use the module load and the name of the module to see which currently module are loaded into your environment or whatever the things are there. You can use the module list command. Then if you feel that okay, I don't want any module, then you can load or remove the module through module unload command. Okay, and if you want in a single go, there may be the cases that lots of environments modules has been loaded and you want to in a single go you want to clear your environment with respect to module whatever has been set up through the module through the module purge command. In a similar way, there are the commands for the spec as the spec environment as well, like a spec load and the name of the respective module. Okay, then spec unload and respective things. So the spec related things we will be providing all the details of those things on the C6 HP6 portal environment setup portals, and we encourage all of you to explore that thing as well. Okay, so now we are set up with the environment and we assume that okay, now you are able to access the respective environment of your need for the respective course or respective code or maybe respective DLI course. Okay, now I will take you through just a brief about how you can submit the job, okay, on the SPC cluster. This is the thing, like when you are using the SPC cluster, okay, as a user you should be very clear idea what is there on the HPC cluster. Okay, like when you log into HPC cluster, you land on login notes. Remember that many of the fields who are new to HPC cluster, they feel that once they will log in, they will directly start running the job and they should get some bigger results. But remember that HPC on when you log into any HPC cluster, there are few different nodes are available, like login nodes, then compute nodes, and you should be very clear idea that where exactly I'm running the job and from where I'm submitting the job, monitoring the job, and those things. So to brief about it, when you log into HPC cluster, you land on login nodes. Okay, and remember that login nodes are not meant to run big jobs. Okay, these login nodes are only meant to like installation of an application or compilation of any application, or maybe for copying the data and those kind of things. Very small workloaded kind of things you can do over there. But means it is recommended that the compilation and installation has to be done over the login nodes. But once you compile the code, the running has to be done via the compute nodes. Okay, they and these are like a slum is used, okay, or maybe the scheduler is used to submit the your job workload to the compute nodes from the login nodes. Okay, so I hope you clear that once you log into the cluster, you land on the login nodes, and from the login nodes, you submit the jobs to the compute nodes where exactly your job gets executed, right? Then, as I mentioned, you needed a kind of scheduler to submit a job from the login node to compute node. Here we will be looking to the Slum scheduler, simple Linux utility for resource management, which is available on all NSM sites. And I will take you through few of the things of the Slum. Okay, then few of the various means, 5 to 4 commands you just needed to understand. Then I will also tell you how to get the resources from by using the Slum. So these are few of the useful commands. The first and most important and handy command is the yes batch. So am I audible, ma'am? Is
Yes, yes, you're on.
okay, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you for the information. Okay, so SBatch is the command to submit the job on the HPC cluster, provided that you have a job script, okay, mentioning all the resources and environment that is required over there. Okay, through the SBatch command, SBatch and name of the job script, you will be able to submit the job script on the HPC cluster. Okay, there is another in handy command to get some of the basic information on the cluster. The yes info is the command is used to get the much more information about what kind of resources are available on the cluster. Okay, what kind of partitions are there. So like for example partition, I mean the queues are there, so through which queues you can submit the job, and via that particular queue what kind of resources are available for you. Okay, so and much more information in general information about the resources availability, you will get that respective information via the sinfo command, right? Then there is another handy command sq. This is basically used to see the status of job submitted by the user. Okay, so from this particular sq command, you will be able to monitor your job on the specific cluster, right? So for example, you have submitted the job and you wanted to see that, okay, whether my job is running on the cluster or not, or for how much time from how much time it has started running, how much time it has consumed. Okay, and its status, whether it is running, whether it is halted, or whether it is queued. So all the information about the respective job will be provided by this particular sq command. Okay, so these are few of the things. Another useful commands, yes cancel and the respective job id. Remember that whenever you submit the job through the yes batch and the job script, you will get an unique job id for that particular job, and it's better habit to note down that particular job id. Okay, and that job id is utilized to debug much more about that particular job with different slum commands. Okay, like for example, yes cancel, if you want to cancel the job respective of that job, you can use the yes cancel command and provide the job id of respective yes cancel, and your job will get terminated from the cluster. Like for example, user terminator or user deleted job. You can delete or you can terminate multiple jobs at a single go. Just provide the cancel and the job IDs, space job IDs of respective jobs name, job IDs, and those jobs will be terminated from the cluster, right? Uh, then there are few of the other commands like yes control and the specific parameter for that particular command. Like if you want that you have submitted the job, and if you feel that okay, my job has been the priority, it got the priority, but you are changing some input files at a runtime. In that particular case, you may hold the job for some amount of time and again release that particular job to run, and those kind of things you can do over the yes control command. Also there is one yes control show job and then the job ID. Okay, this particular is you command is used to get the more information about, as there is a sq command which will just provide you just a brief information whether it is running or not, and may in some particular cases it may show the range of the nodes on which it is running. But through this particular command yes control show job and job ID, you will be getting all details, like from this where it has been creating the input and output errors files, job output files, then on which list of nodes it is running the job, and much more information from which in the which partition it is running, in which queue, like which queue or partition it is running, from where it is running, and much more information you will be getting through this yes control show job command, right? I hope you these are just a few of the commands you needed to as a application, or if you as a you want to use the cluster. These are only the few commands you needed to remember and practice to start using the SPC cluster. Okay, now it I will tell you two things. Like first, let's say for example you want to access a cluster. Okay, cluster resources. Now there are two ways. Like for example, one is the interactive mode resources. Like for example, you uh, log into the cluster, the way you get the resources, it's called an interactive way. Okay, and when we take the interactive nodes, okay, when we require that we are not sure whether my job is running or fine, okay, but though I have compiled the code, but I just wanted to check up whether it is providing the respective output files, and I don't want to submit the job and wait till my job will complete and then see the error and output files. That's a tedious job. Again, send submit the jobs and we'll see the wait for the output. Again, submit the job and wait for the output. In such a scenario where you don't want this and you want the resources in an interactive mode, okay, but less number of resources for the testing purpose only. So in that case, you can get the resources in an interactive node via the yes run command. Okay, so for getting the CPU resources interactive, you just need to specify these some of the parameters, like how many number of nodes you want, specify that. Then how many number of tasks per node, like for example, how many number of cores per node you want to ask. Okay, so for here I'm asking one node and having 8 cores that particular node, and I'm asking that particular resource for how much time, only for 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes or 30 minutes as per your requirement. Okay, and you are asking it in a bash shell with a like a interactive mode. Okay, so this is the general command to get the CPU resources in an interactive mode. In a similar manner, if you want the GPU resources or GPU node in an interactive manner, the same provided that few of the additional parameters. Like for example, you are asking one node, and on that node as well you are asking the CPU resources as a one task per node, because one CPU is sufficient for communicating with the one GPU card on that particular node. And on every GPU node, there are two maximum two GPU cards available over there. Okay, then you will specify the respective time or how much amount of time you require these resources. Once this time limit will exceed, the resources will automatically be released by the slump. Remember that. So try to have the habit of estimating the time for how much amount of time I require the resources and accordingly ask. Okay, then here is the thing that you are specifically asking that in the partition, okay, or in the queue GPU resources in from the GPU partition. I want the resources, and here is the command hyphen GPU reservation. G reservation is equal to how many number of GPU cards you required. Okay, like for example, hyphen grace is equal to GPU and how many cards, one or two. Okay, here I'm asking one card for from the GPU partition. Then I'm asking those resources in a bash mode and in a interactive mode. Okay, so I hope you understand that you got at least get a general idea that how you can get the resources in a interactive mode, right? CPU nodes as well as GPU nodes. For our current DLI courses, you mostly we needed the GPU resources. Okay, and I had specified you how to use the how to take the GPU in interactive mode and start maybe testing or maybe running your jobs. That is the one way. For small amount of time if you want, then you can always take the interactive notes and try to debug the things. Okay, then it comes the thing that you don't want to sit in front of your computer and there may be the big job and you are sure that okay, my job is now running fine with this particular compiler or compiler sets of with these environment parameters. Then you are now ready to go to submit the job. Okay, and in that particular case you needed to write a sample job script. Okay, here is the sample job script. Okay, for submitting the jobs on the GPU nodes. So I will one by one I will show the parameters what exactly any job script contains and what it should be. You may change the respective parameters. These parameters may get changed from job to job, but I will just here will try to provide you the general structure of any job script. Okay, remember that any job script is a simple shell script only, but it has few of the things like when hash yes batch, it it is the command to scheduler. Okay, whenever hash comes with some specific keyword like hash yes batch, hash is the command in the cell, sorry, comment in the cell, but hash yes batch is the command to command to scheduler. Okay, so first hash s bash, these are the commands to scheduler, and the second part comes to exactly what environment required for your job run. Okay, from this section, okay, you specify or provide the commands to the scheduler that okay, I want these many number of resources, these kind of resources for my job. Okay, for this amount of time, and these are my job names and all those things. You specify all those things through by providing the hash sbatch keyword and the respective parameter. So what are those parameters? One by one I will try to explain, at least basic needed parameters. So this is just for has been bash is the for the shell script. It means that is a simple shell script. Okay, nothing be anything. Okay, then yes batch hyphen n, capital N is equal to 1. It implies that I want one number of nodes on the cluster. Okay, or you can specify hyphen and small nodes is equal to 1. Okay, anything as per your convenience you can use. Then you are asking that yes batch hyphen n task per node is equal to 2. It means that one node, and on that node I want two CPU resources. Okay, and along with that, okay, I'm asking that I want resources from the GPU partition, provided that GPU from that part non nodes I want one single GPU card. So it means that if you want one GPU node or one GPU card on the HPC cluster, at least these parameters needed to set, or hyphen n task per node is equal to 1. Okay, here for the sake of one one a spare CPU I requested, but one node, one task per node, and the GPU partition you are asking the one GPU card. Okay, and then specify the time required for your job. Just always have a habit to estimate the time till the moment your job will finish, and always try to put that time in a very, because the time and these resources are very scarce resources on the HPC cluster. Always have a good habit to provide the estimated proper estimated time through the job script, and it also increases the your job, the probability that your job will get executed soon if you provide the optimum or less number of resources. Okay. Then provide these are just information for our users monitoring purpose. Just provide the name of the job. Then these are for the two parameters to provide the specific whatever the job is running on the cluster, the job name of the respective error file and the output file. So what happens when you submit the job? It will provide you the job ID, and once the job is completed, it will provide the two by default to at least whatever the specific as per specification. It will provide two files. The one is the error file and the output file. Error file will contains that what if there is any error at the runtime, it will provide that, and the respective whatever the output will be going go to output file. Okay. Then when the job is submitted, by default Slum or scheduler sets few of the parameters, okay, runtime parameters for that particular job. Okay. So so many environment variables are set. So one of them is the slum submit directory. It means that you go to cd slum submit directory. It means that just go to that directory from the job has been submitted. Okay. So you can see list of the environment variables specified, and certainly at runtime you can use those for optimizing your script in a better way. Okay. Then it comes this particular part where exactly your job will run. Okay. So after that, once you set up and tell everything about the cluster and the scheduler environment, then you talk about the what exactly environment modules, or what exactly the commands or variables are needed to run your job script. Let's say for example, in this particular, this is my binary a dot out. Okay. And in order to run this particular binary, I want this kind of compiler environment to be there in the cell. Okay. Or in some of the cases, there may be explicitly you needed to set up the some variables like export OMP num threads in some of the, if your job supports for the multi-threaded kind of environment and those kind of things. So all the environment setup has to be done over here. Okay. And then ultimately what exactly command you want to run, you can put over there. It means that in a short way, you at first you specify what resources and how, in which manner you needed to you needed for the job. Then you needed to specify everything required for your job to run on the cluster. So this is just a brief and about the job script, and you can uh, change the respective parameters of your requirement and start using the things. Okay. And I hope you get at least a general brief about what is the, how you can access the cluster. Then once you access the cluster, what exactly you need to do, or if you are using this on the NSM system, you are using the slum, and what are the basic commands, and as well as how you can get the resources in a like a compute resources in interactive mode as well as the batch mode. Okay. So I will just go through and will provide you the demo. I hope you are able to see my screen, right? So here is the Param Sanganak site. Okay. So I will from the scratch, I will try to show you. Okay. If let's say for example, from the Windows operating system and you have the mobile system, so it looks like this. Okay. You, provided that you have the proper credentials, so you can the access the cluster this way. Provide the respective IP address, port number. Then for the security purpose, it will ask you the captcha. Just put a proper captcha. It is case sensitive, so please put it properly. Once you have successfully proper credential, you should be able to log in the cluster, right? So you can see that it has landed on by default some of the login nodes, like in this particular case, login 02. Okay. So remember that, as I had mentioned, no by default, no environment is there set up, okay, on most of the NSM systems. Okay. In order to see
Okay.
what, yes, ma'am.
Uh, could you please just speed up because
Yes, ma'am. Just okay, through the modular well. So you can just try all those things at your end and just check up. Okay. Now I will just directly go to the how you can submit the job, and we'll check up. Okay. So the same setup is there on our local system, the in-house cluster as well. So you can see that this is the sample job script, the same. Okay. Here you can see that on the cluster, these many compiler environments or maybe the application environments are available. You can use the respective whatever you want. Okay. As I had mentioned, there may be different module names on different sites. So you just load the respective module. Okay. Then here is a sample code, actually, the matrix multiplication CUDA program. Okay. Then how you can compile the code, just load the respective environment whatever there for compilation purpose. Okay. Then now you can see that you with the NVCC you try to compile it, right? So from where it is picking up, so NVCC, it is taking that particular binary from the, and it's a version kind of thing. You can always check up those things. Okay. Then you can compile the code. Okay, these are few just warnings, you can just ignore it. Then as I had mentioned, now you have generated this particular output file. Okay, by default this particular will get generated. Now then you just wanted to confirm there whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so in order to that you can just take the any environment in interactive mode. Okay, as I had explained this particular command you earlier, so I will just take the environment. Now you can see that, okay, initially I was on this particular login node. Okay, then I got this particular compute node in interactive, right? So it means that now I am on the GPU 001 node. Okay, and whatever the environment I just needed to check whether all things has been imported. Yes, there is the compiler which I had loaded. Okay, you can always check and make sure that it is picking up proper MCC, right? Then I will just run the respective command, right? It means that it is running over there and it is providing the output. So this is the one way, like in an interactive way, you can just test the commands. Okay, then how you can submit the job in a couple of minutes. Okay, I will delete the job, and you can just see through the yes job as well, batch submission as well, you can submit the job. Okay, you can see that after submission of the job you got this particular unique job ID. Okay, and as this is very small code, so it showed you how completed. Okay, and you can see that the error files and output files has been generated. So you can see that the respective output has been generated through the uh, job submission script as well. So this way you can submit the job and access the cluster and use the cluster as per your requirement. And so this is the thing. So if you have any query, please let us know. As sir has mentioned, you can always reach us to for any query via the mail ID nsm DLI training at cdac.in, or You can also reach us to Slack channel, which is specified over
No,
there. The
Slack
same link.
channel is preferable. Slack channel is
Yes.
preferable because
Right.
multiple people will be watching it. Emails, I mean, your personal queries, don't put it on there. In the technical ones, if it's
Right.
related to like as Shweta mentioned, some of your friends wants to get registered or something that's related to attending the course or something like that, then you can definitely send the email. But otherwise, for the technical ones, like you are getting stuck somewhere or like what, and this recording of this session is available. We are going to make it available inside the HPC Shiksha portal. So on Monday we will put it, and then you can go through this video if you wish to see any details that Om told and you are not able to get it. Okay.
Right. Yes. Thank you, sir. And
And
thank you. If you have any query, please let us know. We are open
Shweta,
for
you are
question.
monitoring the questions. You can ask Om or
Yes, I mean it repeatedly. Like, what should we have prerequisite to get hands-on experience? Is there any prerequisites or how it is? So you may answer that.
Okay.
uh,
So as has been mentioned, at this moment prerequisite is only C, C++, and as mentioned, just a basic knowledge and for the attending those DLI. Now for the assignments and those kind of things, as we have repeatedly mentioned, the required environment will be made available via the HP Shiksha portal, and another things whatever may be required for the respective DLI, those things will be mentioned in the respective DLI by the instructor. Okay, I hope
Yes.
it clears.
And moreover, adding on to Om, what we say is key the prerequisites for the particular course of DLI which would be conducted on that week, those would be mentioned onto the DLI site itself, what prerequisites are needed. But moreover, if you are good in any one of the program, Python, C, C++, if you know how the programming skills work onto, you are good to go with those things. And the first DLI is morely basically on to basics of CUDA and Python only. So that may not be have any problem, right?
Yeah, DLIs are for with basic knowledge, little bit knowledge, that should be okay. Yeah.
Yes. Now again repeating, there was a question. NSM DLI training at crack.in. This email ID is to be used only if you want to send the request to join this course. All other communications we prefer to do it on Slack, because on Slack everybody will be there, the instructors will also be there, so any respective problem will get resolved easily. If you're sending the problems, technical problems on NSMDLI, it may go unnoticed because we are here to solve all the things onto Slack itself. NSMDLI training is only to send the requisition for to send you the invites if not sent already. Okay. Uh,
should I read out some questions?
sure, sir.
Yeah. Uh, I work in MATLAB environment. If it is required to work on Jupyter Notebook, do we should we have
So
Python
this one
knowledge?
answered on Slack. This one
Oh,
answered on Slack. Yeah.
okay. Then
There are many
other
questions related to this S batch slum. To mention, whatever Om has given you, it's a glimpse of slum and S batch. The things, every detail is mentioned in your manuals. The detail out, all the other commands, extra commands are also mentioned in the manuals. So please go on to the respective manuals and just check onto the slum, how to submit the jobs and all those things. Plus, the recording of the session will also be there. You can go and recheck it again. Second thing, the manuals which are not there, as Koelkar sir said, we'll try to put them on by Thursday. IIT Guwahati, yes, the setup of module environment will do that by Thursday itself. So by Thursday, you will be seeing all the manuals there and the respective setup of the environments also.
okay. And this question is will we be provided with the PowerPoint presentation every week? So I don't think so. I mean, as I mean, Manish, I think it's
No,
like
no, no.
self-contained. So that's, I mean, this,
Self-contained.
I think, yeah, I think I don't make me repeat these things. When we say that the question and the course has to be attended live, please attend it live. As simple as that. Recordings of the session, other things, I mean, they are not, they are immaterial, because as has been mentioned repeatedly, you come in the morning, gain the knowledge, attend the assessment, get a certificate. It's like that. Okay, so if you are not able to make it, then that's very unfortunate. Plus, please make it an attempt to attend it, because it's just one day that you have to spare. And of course, there are 9 such days, but then that knowledge that you get will be useful, right? So that, please don't try to find workarounds around that, because the whole idea is to make you aware of, I mean, and as has been mentioned, it is a self-contained thing on a Jupyter notebook. I mean, you don't need access to any other thing. Just attend it, go to WebEx, use a Jupyter notebook, and then attend it. Okay.
So there is
So
one more question.
yeah.
The registration for this course has been extended till Tuesday. Will a fresh registration link be sent across? See, the registration link has been extended till Tuesday for those who have not yet registered. Those who have already registered, kindly ignore. Those who have not registered, just let us know. We'll be sending you the invite to join the HPC Shiksha portal, and there will be a separate joining link for DLI course for everybody. That same link cannot be used by any two persons, right? So that is what. And sir, this is a valid question. Can we get a dedicated project and budget for trying these workshops on our institute HPC clusters, as we have a very limited budget for our research work? So we can think over it and we can get back to you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Sure. And the other question is, Param Brahma at
So
ISER Pune doesn't have a CUDA module. Is it true, Shweta? I think it should have it, right? Shweta? Om, are you aware? Param Brahma has,
Sir,
they have, yeah,
on Param Brahma, sir, actually, there are no GPU cards as of now, but I think
uh,
they are making it available. But as of now, it is not there. But certainly, uh, they can try it on Jupyter for their assignments.
okay, yeah. So this is a valid question, but what I understand is
yes,
they
sir.
are in process of
GPU,
upgrading. Yeah.
yes,
So as soon as it becomes available, you can start using it.
yes,
Till
sir.
that
They
time,
are in process of upgrading, and
yeah, your connectivity is not good. We are losing your voice. Okay, so the answer what she's trying to say is, as of now, no, but
yes,
it will
yes.
definitely be made available. Okay. So another question, is it necessary to have laptop with admin access for running this SSH and all?
No, not
Home?
required. Not
Okay.
No,
required.
sir, no, not
Okay.
required.
Next question is, can we use VS codes SSH instead of MOBIX term?
Manish,
Sorry. Yeah. Shweta, you were
Sir,
saying? Or...
sir, you can use any for it. It should support the SSH kind of things. So anything, mobile scam, put your whatever the other channels. Just a
Okay.
requirement of the SSH.
Uh,
what
the next question is, the
the
final
next question is,
hands-on
the final hands-on.
is the most important part. Very less time is allotted for that. Can you please give more time on that rather than PPT of commands? So what is this for? Is it for the DLI session? Is he talking about?
No, I doubt. I think it is talking about this S batch and the scheduler introduction.
Okay.
Can you
Uh,
repeat?
Uh,
no, this is about DLI only, Manish.
Oh, is it? Okay.
uh,
Yes.
No, DLI is a package, and that day you will learn, and there is an assessment based on that. So everything is scheduled, and I mean it is. We have enough time to do that. Yeah, because it's on Jupyter Notebook. We will give a small exercise there, so that can be finished in the given time.
Yes, so that means you have to complete it on that day only.
Yes, that is on that day. We can't prolong for long. No.
See, again, this gentleman is asking that recording of DLI course we made. There is no provision for that, my friend. I mean, I really do not know why everybody is asking the same thing again and again when it's really clear. Okay, so there is no way to do it, and this has been made known from day one. So if you keep asking, give us recording. If it's not possible, it is not possible. So that's it. I mean, if you are, there are some prerequisites, like you took admission to your institute, right? So let's go back to 2018. They said you come and stay on hostel. You have to go and stay on hostel and attend the courses. I mean, you did that, right? So just because it is online, just don't ask us to repeat the things again and again. It's not possible. So I mean, anything anybody asks about recordings, PPTs, if it's not there as a part of this, it's not there as a part of it. Let's accept that as a reality. All right. So don't feel offended, but don't ask such question. Okay. The when is the next course schedule? Next week or tomorrow? I don't know how this person can ask this question when it's every Saturday. It's every Saturday. Schedule is given. So this is one thing that irritates organizers in any online course. Whatever information is shared, what is the point in asking again and again? See, we are here to provide you information. We cannot spoon feed you. Don't feel offended, but just make some attempt, because it irritates other attendees also if we take up questions like this. So please make sure that ask questions about what information is not available. We are there to help you out in every information that is not available, or if there is any ambiguity. But please don't ask such questions when information for which is readily available. Okay, Shweta, you can take few more questions. There is a call I have to attend.
Yes, sir. Sir, just to add on to the same question, and to summarize also, we are having courses every Saturday. This was an introduction course, so we started at 10 a.m. Every DLI course will start at 9:30 a.m. sharp, because every DLI course elongates till 8 to 10 hours also. Some courses are very long, about 10 hours also, but mostly they have 8 hours course duration. So when we started at 9:30 a.m., we can finish it by 5 p.m. So therefore, make sure you log in at 9:30 every Saturday. The respective link of the courses of DLI will be provided to you 4 to 5 days prior on HPC Shiksha portal only. Week wise, there will be a link. You have to click on the link, you have to register, and you have to start the course. The course timing will start when you will logging on at 9:30, and then since 9:30 you will be getting on to 6 to 7 hours ka course long, where you will go through the sessions where they will be make you understand what the concept is. Then there will be demos, there will be hands-on, there will be assessment, and then finally there will be a quiz after qualifying which you will get a certificate. This is a so long process. It's live. It has to be completed on Saturday itself. Once you start, there will be in between breaks also to make you have your lunch and other things. So it's not that it's stretching 8 since hours long in a go. It's no, there are breaks in itself. So start at 9:30 every Saturday, and the link for the same will be given 4 to 5 days prior on HPC Shiksha portal. If you have not logged into Slack, the Slack link is also there in HPC Shiksha portal. This was for the people, the participants who have already done this registration of HPC Shiksha portal. Now, the participants who have not able to go through the Shiksha portal, kindly check the spam. You might have got an email mentioning the activation or invite links for the HPC Shiksha there. Please help your the participants who are here, please help your colleagues to make it through the registrations, so then only they can go on for the, and all the updates related to this course you will be available on HPC Shiksha portal only. Kindly keep checking on the updates of HPC Shiksha, so you will get whatever coming on to. And when you say the environment setup, week wise environment setup may differ. Yes, it is possible, because you will be going on to different modules. So the respective settings which are needed to go through the assignment of that environment of that module, those will be provided by us in hand, beforehand to you on the same site, HPC Shiksha. Please go and checking on that, and you can get on through this course. Plus, the assessments on this course DLI are mandatory. The assignment which they give to you, that you have to do it on the NSM systems as mentioned and shown by Om to you. So those you have to do it on your respective NSM sites. The valid question which was asked about the resources, that me and Koelkar sir will have a thought about, and we can get back to you later on. So this was the summary of the sessions which we are there. So sir, Manish, any final words?
No, all good to go. We are trying to answer many questions, but looks like few people join late or they are asking the same thing again. That's okay. We'll take care of that part. But yeah, looking forward for next week is starting the DLI. Yeah, first DLI.
Yes, and the recording of this session, today's session, since it is an introductory session and should know by everybody, the recording will be made available to again on HPC Shiksha portal itself by Monday. So if something is not understood in this session, kindly go and check on with the recordings. So thank you. Om.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's done. Hope you have anything to add?
No, sir. That's it from my
Okay.
side.
Okay. Thank you everybody for attending. Hope you will have a fruitful experience in going forward. Do attend, try to attend as many, try to attend all 9 of them and clear 6. At least those who get more than 6 will get an additional certificate. Thank you and see you next Saturday. Okay. Bye.
Thank you all.
Okay then.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.
So thank you. Thank you, everybody.